the direction, anything that I've said that is very offensive. If you are a current client and you see this video and you stop purchasing from me, that's fine. I won't chase you. It's just the nuts and bolts of me. I just cannot support something that I know when it's done like this. And the key is the blade, the slurry, and what you're telling the client, what they can't do at home. It's just all wrong. And what I'd like to do is turn this upside down, turn it into a positive, and talk about how to perform this at a level that I still would not do, but at a level where it's as good as it's going to get. So let's go ahead and clean the board, and let's go ahead and talk about that in the next video. Again, I'm not trying to offend, not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. It's just the way that it goes, so sincerely. So I got a question, and I'm going to address it right now. So I'm going to read it to you. What's the difference between waxing our clients and our girls dermaplaning? That's pretty easy to answer, actually. Okay, I'm not sure if I need a pen or whatever. Okay, so yeah, let's take this right here. All right. What everyone seems to forget is, actually I'm going to draw it right here. The stratum corneum is built of skin cells, and this isn't, you know, earth-shattering information. Okay, just like this, right? What is in between these skin cells? And this is advanced information about how the skin is formed. I don't want to get too much into it. It'll bring in too many questions, blah, blah, blah. But when you lay the wax down, you clean the skin, correct? But then you put a talc powder, you put something on the skin. Not everyone does, but if you're doing it, in my opinion, the right way, you're going to. And what that does is it creates a barrier, okay, but not on the hair. So when you take the wax and you lay the wax down, whether it's hot, cold, whatever, however you're doing it, you pull the hair. And this little talc powder protects. So you go into like the European waxing centers and all that, they don't put that down. They don't. They just slap it on, rip it off. And that's why they put a lot of time and money into the wax. Because what they're trying to do is they're saying, how do I hold on to the hair without holding on to the skin? Because I don't have time to put the talc down. So I just want a hot wax, lay it down, rip it off, and the faster I can do it in speed waxing, less irritation, less discomfort, better outcome, wait for it, speed, time, more profit, more individuals. There's the industry. That's it. You cannot even compare this to this. It's not even on the same level. Excuse me, but are we talking about removing the hair now? I'm confused. Are we talking about dermaplaning to remove hair, shaving the skin? Or are we talking about trying to do a chemical peel, a quasi-chemical peel, dermaplaning? Remember, exfoliation, mechanical or liquid, blade or liquid, it's the same. It's removing skin, it's removing the stratum corneum. The procedure's end goal is to beautify the skin, renew it, create new skin. Waxing isn't. When was the last time you ever heard an advertisement? Wax your skin, increase exfoliation, remove hyperpigmentation. It doesn't work like that. Dermaplaning, renew the skin, beautify the skin, thicken the dermis through the assault on the skin through the dermaplaning. Does that sound more familiar? That's it. Dermaplaning and waxing aren't even in the same game. End of story. But if you're going to compare hair and removal of hair, what's the best? Waxing. Wax it, don't do dermaplaning to remove hair. Don't shave, go wax it. Why? Because you're never going to get, I'm going to draw this bigger right now, okay? You're never going to get, here's the skin, you're never going to get this. That flat edge. The hair is going to grow, we know this. It's going to grow nice and pointy, nice and soft. And then you have to wait for it. Gives your skin a chance to heal, renew, whatever. Wax it, 4 to 6 weeks later, do it again. But guess what? The minute this starts coming back, the haze comes back. The foundation isn't as what it is. It's not as, it doesn't lay down as right. It gets caked up, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's times like this where you have to really sympathize with what women go through. And I'm not kidding. I sympathize. I really, really do. And I will add that as a man and knowing what I know and educating and doing what I do for a living, I absolutely, completely sympathize with this massive point. When the day comes, and it's already happened, but when the day comes when we can't find a beautiful woman to showcase a product or the front cover of a magazine, and this has already happened, where we choose the eyes and we use Photoshop to make this face, disgusted. I mean, absolutely disgusted. And I sympathize very much with what women have to go through as a part of society's definition of beauty. So, side note, with that being said, a little sympathetic, a little emotionally feeling there, but these don't belong in the same game. They're not the same. I hope that answers, and I'm going to go back to the phone. I'm going to pause the video, go back to the phone, and come back because I think there was a second part. I have to read this. All the clients that try it, but when she calls, they give her feedback, and the feedback is it was okay the first few days. Well, how can you bring them back with a 2-day result? You can't. Pay $65 or go to the supermarket and buy a $5 razor. That's even too expensive. Use the Bic razor that comes in the blue pack, 2 blades, not more than 2, with the white strip across it, with the you know, the head that moves. They are $8.99 at CVS for 8 of them. So that puts it back down to $1. You say $5 here. It's even cheaper than that. Yeah, okay. There you have it. That's all I got for you. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you the ins and outs of my opinion, obviously, how to bring dermaplaning into your professional practice, how to perform it, and really what you should be doing so that you don't fall into the trap of a lot of the things that I talked about in the first video. So let's go ahead and write down how that's going to choose the pink marker. Let's talk about how we can do that. Okay. First of all, the aspect of doing dermaplaning as a treatment is wrong. So the dermaplaning is an add-on, okay, to any treatment. The warning is this: treat dermaplaning as a chemical peel. Okay? The reason is because of the destruction of the stratum corneum. But you're not going to see slurry. You're not going to see exfoliation when you perform this the way that I want you to. The reason why you want to treat it as a warning add-on as you would a chemical peel is because you want to keep the client aware of the experience level and sensitive nature of the treatment being performed. If you just add something on and, you know, just whatever and don't create an awareness or a warning about it, the client is not, at this moment in time, the client is not going to understand really the depth of education and experience that it really takes to truly understand what they're doing and the longevity, or if they continue to do the treatment, what they can do to their skin, both negative and positive. Okay, number 2 is the critical one. You're going to, well, actually, you know what? Let me up here say add-on, parentheses, remove from menu, service. So you're not going to do the $65, $75 treatment. It's now an add-on, and it's an education. Okay, does that make sense? You want to be able to treat your client like a student and treat them how to perform this. Because once you do it once, are they going to come back again and again and again just so you can shave their face? The answer is no. So you want to treat this procedure as a way to connect with your client, to get them to do this at home under the guidelines and advisement of you as it relates to post-procedure at home. You see, no one is treating dermaplaning as a home protocol. They're treating it as a professional service, but it's not. It's not. So what I'd like to do is turn this on its head and bring you to the next point. Do not, I was going to use a different color, do not use dermaplaning tool. Do not. The reason why is because it's too dull. What you want is you want sharp. What you want is use safety razor. Why do you want to use a safety razor? Actually, hold on. In my hand is a standard German steel straight edge razor. So when you would shave with this, it would be like this, and I'm not even going to touch the razor or do anything with it. Even to hold it, kid you not, is scary. But this is how you would shave, and the tricky part is as you shave, how do you hold it? Okay, and to get, all right, so there's obviously a technique that's used. This is how you would hold this. You're not going to use this tool, but if you would not use this on your client's skin in your dermaplaning, and sharper is better, cleaner, why would you want to go with more dull? So, number 2, do not use a dermaplaning tool. We are not ever going to see exfoliation. No slurry, no nothing. Microscopic micron is where we want to be. We don't want. So this is a safety razor, and as you can see, you spin the top and you open it up. You put the razor here, double-sided. This goes here like this. You spin it. Why would I want you to use this? Well, what's more impressive, this or a Bic? You can't use a straight edge. And you're not telling the client that you're doing something magical. What you're doing is you're educating your client how to dermaplane their skin because it's as simple as shaving it. But what you're going to do is you're going to use a tool like this because they won't. They will be using a Bic. So right there, you are training them the differences. This is not your normal shaver for men. Most men cannot shave with this. I personally can shave my face completely in the shower without a mirror with this. I once wanted to attempt to do the straight edge just to say that I did it, but I feared for my life. So if you talk to your boyfriend or significant other, husband, whatever, and you tell them that Marty shaves in the shower with a safety razor with no mirror, trust me, it's impressive, and I'm going to say that it is. It's difficult to do. You have to have a very good feel for the razor. Certainly a nice clean face with regards to edges that are not easily cut, chin, things like that that make shaving easier. Every face is different, but the smoother and no scarring, moles, things like that you can easily cut with a safety razor, you're not going to be able to do that. You need a mirror. So with that being said, this is the tool you're going to use, and how you're going to train with this is you're going to use it on your legs, and you're going to use shaving cream, then you're going to use soap, and then you're going to bring in serums and topical products for slip. Remember, we're not shaving a man's face. There's no hot towel that's going on. We're not giving a man a shave. We're basically going to draw this across the skin, and we don't want to see anything. We just want to see that it's cleanly going through the serum, cleanly going through whatever you use for slip. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of questions about this, and I'll do more in-depth videos regarding this procedure, but this is just an overview because I want things to get back on a positive note after the lashing that I just gave to dermaplaning. Okay, so this is a safety razor. This is what you will use, and again, I'll go into more depth on this and maybe intricacies about how to use it in a later video. I did want to take the time to show you what the razor looks like. I'm sure that you've seen it. Basically, double-edged, very, very thin and sharp, and believe it or not as sharp as the straight edge. To be honest with you, I don't know. I guess it's maybe the metal. It holds an edge better. It comes from a thicker to a thinner. I don't really know the physics behind why the straight edge is so sharp. It's just ridiculous. And it's such an interesting facet of that tool. So this is the razor that you will be using, and I'm sure that you're familiar with it. I just wanted to bring it out and show you. Continuing on with number 4. Plan and cycle. This is going to be very much like a regenerating cycle. If a man shaving daily is dermaplaning his skin, that also means that your client is also going to be doing that. And you need to understand how they're doing it. Well, have they decided to dermaplane with the tool? Have they decided to wax and not do this treatment because they don't like it and they want to go with the waxing with the regrowth in the every 4 to 6 weeks? Or are they going to go with the Bic razor and then you're going to fill in with the safety razor? So you need to have a plan and understand the client cycle. There should be a very big difference now in the way you look at this from this to that. Before, the service was one-off. You came in for dermaplaning. But now that it's an add-on, now that you're going to be educating your client and putting it as a part of home protocol, now the light bulbs should be going off. Now you don't have to cover up. Aren't I just shaving my face? I'm going to come back for $65? Wait a minute, what? All of that is now vanished. Why are they coming to you? For the education how to do it. Why are they coming to you? For the post-peel protocol, for the at-home protocol, connecting with your client. This is another way to connect with your client. This is another way to see, are you waxing now? Are you satisfied with dermaplaning and the shaving? How are you handling your forehead? How are you handling the areas around your eyebrows? Anywhere on the face, because we're not just shaving here. So how is this being done? Well, there are no hairs here, so maybe that's a part of the cycle when she comes back, and you handle that. You see the difference? So, plan and cycle now is a part of regeneration. I have to do a video about the skin cycle regeneration or regeneration cycle as it relates to chemical acids. But don't forget, dermaplaning is also a part of this because it is exfoliating. It's just mechanical. So when I go over chemical peels and I mention mechanical exfoliation, dermaplaning, microdermabrasion, a loofah, scrubs, things like that are going to come into play, and they all come into the cycle of a regeneration period of time where you're on procedure, off procedure, on and off. One side note that I would like to talk about is Google dermaplaning with straight edge. Google dermaplaning, shaving, YouTube. See how much comes up as it relates to shaving your face. How easy it is. You can do it at home. You can't and you shouldn't. Past basic. But if you're going to use dermaplaning as a tool to exfoliate the skin in lieu of chemical acids, to speed up the process of exfoliation, to make more dramatic improvements in a healthy, safe way, you're not going to find a lot of information with regards to this. Well, in fact, you're not going to find anything on Addon. It just doesn't exist. And here's the reason why. Professionals need to sell a service that validates their expertise and knowledge. The internet and Reddit circumvents that and makes it a problem and confuses. The only way to remove that confusion is to create an add-on and call it what it is. On top of that, what you do is you let the client know when they ask. And let's go back to the negative video, or the one that told the story as I see it, and let's talk about the same conversation. I would like to have dermaplaning. Great. We don't do that as a one-off treatment. So the client might come back and say, what do you mean? Because that's not normal. And you would respond with, well, it's an add-on service, and during the add-on service, we will train and teach you how to perform this at home, not with the same instrument that we use, but with a normal shaving instrument. And we will explain to you what you're doing, what you should be doing, what you should see, and what you should not see. And explain to the client what is actually going on. So therefore, the client is not going to say to you, why am I coming to you then? I can do this at home. Oh, I'm coming to you for the education. I'm coming to you for the protocol, the post, the at home, the pre, all of that. That's why I'm coming to you, because the slip that's necessary, I'm not going to put shaving cream. I'm going to use a serum. I'm going to do it this way. Lather up, facial sensitive facial cleanser, sensitive skin facial cleanser, hyaluronic acid serum, anything that's going to give you slip. Because remember, we're shaving just the fine hairs. So removing that aspect of it, the client is no longer going to come back to you in 2 days and say, like, what's the deal? What's the problem? It's one big, confusing situation, and you don't know how to answer it, because what you're trying to do is keep the situation professional, meaning you need me. Well, no, I don't, because the Bic is $1 and I can get them at CVS or the grocery store, and I can put shaving cream and I can do it. Yes, you can, but you don't have the experience or the knowledge with regards to the protocols associated with the treatment of skin before and after and during, and the information with regards to a regenerating cycle. That's in it in a nutshell. Based on this, do I agree with dermaplaning? Absolutely. My skin is dermaplaned daily by shaving, and the results are there. Is it a quick and easy way to exfoliate the face? Absolutely. Is it amazing with regards to women's face and foundation, makeup, cosmetics? Absolutely. Does the removal of the facial hair help a woman feel more like a woman if she has a lot of it? 100%. Taught and performed in this manner, there are no negatives. Will you ever see slurry with this? No. Will you ever see any exfoliation with this? No. Will there be any at home? No. Never. What is the only thing that's going to happen? Protocol in-house with you, the professional. Safety razor is going to glide across the skin. One and done. Add-on procedure. Full education. What's going to happen at home? The exact same thing with a Bic razor. If they choose to use a safety razor, you're not responsible. Urge them not to, because that will cut their skin. If they have moles, anything flat, anything on the skin that is not smooth, smooth, like this glass, okay, you can cut yourself. Press too hard, get bumped, anything. The razor is exposed, it is right there, and it is very sharp. I advise against it, but I hope that this definitely helps bring a positive aspect to dermaplaning. I really talked badly about it in the last video to drive the point home, and I think it has its place. And opening the debate, opening the light bulb moments, and the last video and this video are opinion only. Agree with it, disagree with it, but what will not lie is what is truly being experienced by the professionals who are performing dermaplaning and who are trying to make it greater than shaving. And it's not. Also, with that being said, seeing that slurry and any exfoliation whatsoever with a dermaplaning tool, I cannot stress enough, and I hope that the last video gave you the tools and the information to set you on your path to exploring whether or not you agree with me or inevitably disagree with me. the debate. I'm happy to be a part of it. Thank you again for watching. This is Marty with Skincare Science, and we'll see you in the next video.